Hey, good evening, friends. I'm Dan Foulds.
And I'm Brandon Bain.
Hey, this is Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing.
Grubbin' is tasting.
Hey, before we get going into this, I just want to say that our hearts and our thoughts and our prayers right now are with the souls in Louisiana who are facing one hit after another from hurricanes. Hurricane Zeta is rocking the shore in Louisiana. It's a Category 2 storm. So we're cheering for you, we're praying for you, and we hope you come out of this okay. I suspect that there will be some relief activity coming from Savannah coming your way. Hey, friends, listen, thanks for being here with us. Thanks. If you're seeing this on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That means the world to us. All right, NASCAR news. One of the last big pieces of the silly season fell into place just a few hours ago. And we called it right here last week's show. Kyle Larson.
Yeah, man. Kyle Larson, man. I mean, going to drive the 5 for Hendrick. And I called it. We talked about it earlier in the year. I said it earlier in the year. I really thought that's who was going to take over the 48.
Right.
Then what happened with him happened. And I knew there was no way he was going to take over the 48. Didn't know if Hendrick would sign him, but way too big of a talent and too good of a person not to sign, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, made his mistakes. He's paid his dues just as any member of society does when they do wrong. You know, a mistake's only a mistake if you don't learn from it, right?
That's
so
correct.
If you make the same mistake twice, then it's not a mistake. You're just a fool, right? Right. So, he's done his dues. He's still got a long way to go, I feel like, and I feel like he's with the right organization and the right owner that's going to hold him to a very high standard. He's going to hold him to doing certain things, giving him the outlets and other things that he needs to also progress his career as far as, socially and as a driver.
Right.
Sponsorship-wise, everything. So it's going to take time, but like I said, too big of a talent to let go. Now you're getting ready to step into grade A equipment. I probably expect to see the 5 car in victory lane next year. I mean, honestly.
Tell me what you think about this. I had a thought that the whole situation that developed has now benefited Hendrick. Because I don't think Larson would have been available to Hendrick had not this happened. And now Hendrick's got a driver who is spectacular.
Yeah, but you got to look at it like this. Like, he's had a couple down years at Ganassi, right? And he's coming. This is the last year of his contract. They'd have to extend it or whatever.
Right.
So you're already in the sport, and you have a sponsor as Target and McDonald's as your 2 main sponsors, which pretty much if you go, they probably go with you.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you lose that. Because of what happened.
Right.
And now you have a team who, you probably have some sponsors here and there, but it's mostly funded by them and Chevrolet.
Right.
Right? So I think he lost more than what he's gaining, but I think what he did is I think Hendrick got him a lot easier than what he would have, honestly. I think there would have been a lot of teams that bid for that had that been up. I mean, maybe even the 20. You might have not even seen, Christopher Bell go to the 20 if Kyle Larson was available.
Right.
Or definitely the 14. And Boyer knowing that, there was a lot of other teams that could have signed the deal, sealed the deal.
Right.
They chose not to this time, obviously because, obvious reasons that are out there. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Hendrick got a great driver, man.
I think he got a great driver.
Extremely young amount of talent between 4 cars.
Yeah.
That he doesn't have to worry about for a while. They've all won races.
Right.
They're all proven that they can go out there and get the job done and win. Now, as they progress, higher standards are going to have to be met if there's candidates below you, right?
Right.
But like I said, man, it's gonna be interesting. And the 5 cars back, right? 5 cars back.
An iconic number.
Right. So
an iconic number. That's spectacular. Rudy, and I may not pronounce this right. Fugle. Rudy Fugle. Rudy, if I butchered your name, I'm sorry. My name's Foulds, and people screw it up all the time. Rudy Fugle is going to be the crew chief for the 24 car next year. So we got a new chief because Chad Knaus is promoted to vice president.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's kind of cool. So rainy, misty, and icy conditions have kind of screwed things up at Texas Motor Speedway since Sunday. And actually right now here at Coaches on our Jumbotron, we actually have the race going now, and they are going around the track. It's here on several screens.
Yeah. If you see me gazing that way, that's definitely what it is. I'm watching the race.
If there's a big crash, you're going to hear about it here first. So that didn't race on Sunday, didn't race on Monday, didn't race on Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Holy crow.
Rained earlier today, too. Pushed it back again today. So, You can't control Mother Nature, and you have to have this race. Like, there's no way you can just go, okay, we're not going to race there. Clint Boyer wins, or any. You can't do that.
Right.
This is a championship. This is this
It's
race
serious.
and one more race.
Right.
These are people's whole years right here.
Yeah.
34 weeks right here. So
if you don't like it, you got to suck it up, buttercup.
yeah,
right?
That's it, man.
All right.
So they got to get it in, man.
So Martin Truex Jr.'s chances for a second Cup Series title took a massive hit as NASCAR penalized MTJ 20 points after finding an illegal spoiler during the pre-race inspection at Texas. Truex will need a win at Texas or Martinsville to have any chance of getting in the championship four.
Hey, from the looks of it right now, what's been going on since this thing restarted, the dude has a rocket ship. So, I mean, he's up front. He's running really good. He's doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
To me, kind of a little bit of a stiff penalty given the timing, and you confiscated it. You know what I mean? You found it. Now, how illegal was it? What was illegal about it? I want to read that. I mean, if it was just blatantly illegal, that was definitely going to give him a huge advantage.
Right.
Whether it be post-race or pre-race, at some point in time, that would have been stripped either way, right? So they did find it. They did confiscate it. I just want to see how far outside the guidelines that it was before we talk about how stiff the penalty was, because what they did to him was really bad. And, I mean, hell, man. I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, right? Everybody has.
The other thing is, it's kind of a misnomer because Martin Truex Jr. didn't put that spoiler on that car. The team did.
Yeah, he did.
Everything they do, it's always the driver you hear about.
Yeah.
Unless it's a lug nut penalty, then it's the crew chief.
Face for the fame, face for the blame, man.
Yeah, I like that. Say that again.
A face for the fame or a face for the blame.
There you go. That's a good one. Got to remember that. All right, let's talk about the cold and chilly race at Texas Motor Speedway. It's cold, cold, cold right now over there. The wind chill's below freezing. But they are running the cars. They probably got all the wind vents closed off to keep all the heat in the car. This is the second race in the round of 8 drivers. There's this one tonight and then one next Sunday at Martinsville. We can't really talk about it too much because it's literally happening right now in front of us. But we will talk about that at our next show. And by the way, kudos to the track personnel. Those guys have been working 18 hours a day for the last 4 days trying to dry off a wet track, and God is raining on it. I mean, those guys are just putting into work. So we hope they'll get it done. So who's up front right now? Do we know?
Nah, I was just watching.
Okay.
Blaney's leading right now.
I think it's kind of cool that Clint Boyer has led a race this year for 3 days. It's the longest he's ever led a race in his whole life.
That's it.
Probably all put together.
That's it, man.
You get after it, and I'm looking. Man, how about him on the Fox? Isn't that going to be cool?
Yeah, man, it is. It's going to add a totally another dynamic to a show that's already pretty good. I think it's going to be awesome, man. I mean, he's perfect for it. Perfect personality, perfect character. Good guy, knows a lot about racing, loves racing. So, I mean, kudos to him, man. He had a good career. Stuck around for a long time. Good race car driver. Won a championship, pretty sure, down in Xfinity Series.
Yep, good, funny guy. Clint, the word on the street is that you actually enjoy a cold beer. Come on down to Savannah sometime. We'll show you Oglethorpe Speedway. We'll have you on the show, and I'll buy your beer. All right. The Xfinity and truck race were awesome. Noah Gregson. Yeah, I'm going to come back to that. Speaking of this race that's been delayed, Kurt Busch is actually looking for a real estate agent because he's been there so long. He says, I need to go ahead and buy a house here. I've been here so long. All right. So Sheldon Creed won the truck race, which did go off without a delay on Sunday, starting at noon.
Yeah.
They had a wild wreck caused by Ross Watermelon Man Chastain.
They had a couple of them that were pretty good, man. I know Johnny Sauter and Stuart Friesen was pretty pissed. I mean, there was some drama going down, man. I thought somebody was going to get hit, man. I thought somebody was going to get punched in the face after that race, man. But truck races are always good. We talk about it all the time. I mean, that's where the breed comes up. That's where you see how much talent you really have.
Right.
So, that's what gets you your feet on the ground and running in the sport, man. So, great for Sheldon Creed. He has a lot of talent. I think he's won a couple this year, I think, and not a bad race car driver. Been around a few years, so
yep.
Slowly, I'm sure you'll see him start making his way on up, man.
That's right. You see these names, you first hear about them like Haley Deegan and Arca, and then they're just working their way up. And it's kind of cool because you know that sooner or later, some of them are going to be on the biggest stage at the top tier.
Oh, yeah.
All right, good, bad, ugly edition of Texas. Well, we're probably going to do this twice. So I've already talked about Boyer. That's good. But when this race is over, we'll have another good, bad, and ugly edition. So we'll talk about Boyer right now is good. Harvick's into the wall already on the first 50-something laps that they ran.
Yeah, wasn't many laps into the race, and if you didn't see the start of it and you're just tuning in now, got up in the PJ1 with a little moisture and was real slick and slippery and caught the wall. But I think he's clearly recovered from that now. I mean, he's running good, going to have a good run. So, man, it's funny how things work, man. It's funny how things work.
And the ugly, the weather.
Yeah.
The weather's the ugly.
Yeah, it's been horrible.
So we got a side bet. Our side bet for Texas was which of the remaining drivers outside of the championship 8 will have the best finish.
Yeah.
So LB said Busch. I said Boyer. Big said Dillon. Damon said Blaney. We got to wait.
Yeah, we got to wait, man. Right now, we're all pretty kind of close, right? So you got Boyers, I think, winning. I think you're winning it right now. Or Blaney's winning it, right? Damon with Blaney. And then you're in third, so we got first, third. And then I'm pretty sure that Austin Dillon's up there in the top 5 or 6.
Okay.
Kyle Busch is in the top 10 for sure. We got a good little race going right there on the side bet, man.
We do. On the topic of clean versus dirty. So as part of my education about how NASCAR works, I've been trying to learn what's a clean racer, what's a clean racing maneuver, and what's a dirty one. I've also picked up a new term, new to me, and it's advanced tactics. And at first I thought it was they were saying the wrong word, that they were trying to say advanced with a D, advanced tactics. But it might be that it's actually advanced tactics. It might be that I want to advance my position. And a couple of those tactics are side drafting, and then there's this concept of arrow push. So tell me about arrow push.
Yeah, so the new package is higher downforce, less horsepower, right? So the throttle response in there, as you see, the cars react different, right? So the arrow push is like what you saw last week at Kansas with Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick in the last 40 laps, right? So Harvick was there. We talked about it. He's there. I mean, he's faster than him. He's pulling up on him. He can lose it and gain it back, right? Well, every time that he gets to him, he gets the arrow push, which is like, his dirty air and those cars combined, and that pressure is pushing, lifting up downforce off his front end, and he's not able to turn. He's not, even though he's turned, it creates a tight feeling to where the car will not turn. Right. That feels like it's not turning no matter what. You're turning the whole way.
And as long as Logano can keep that car right in front of him.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, it's just throwing some of there. Sometimes it's not always having to be right in front of him, right? Sometimes it's just coming up and giving them just enough to throw it off, know? So as you saw at Kansas, like here's the same, very similar thing. You're going to see a lot of side drafting at Texas. You're going to see a lot of guys getting the run, going to the inside, putting the fender right there at the rear corner panel of the car above them, and getting them, slowing them down. Not making you go faster, but slowing that car on the outside down to get you by.
Gotcha. So, I actually heard Logano's crew chief, going back to that race, Logano's crew chief said, don't let him cross over you. I remember that. All right.
Well, I think what he meant, like the crossover, was what he didn't mean is like, pretty much like keep an eye on him. You know what I mean? Don't let him cross you up in his lines. Like, don't think, okay, he's going high, and then all of a sudden he goes low, and you're already going low.
I got you.
Don't let him cross you up. I
got you. Okay. All right. So it's kind of cool that in that episode it was Harvick involved trying to get by Logano, because Harvick's got a quote. And I found this news story from a couple of years ago, and it's on a year ago, 2 separate sites. But Harvick is quoted as saying, "Hey, look, if you drove like that 10 years ago, you'd get a fist in your mouth."
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And Blaney was quoted as saying, "Hey, look, I threw this block on these guys, and I'm surprised that I don't get punched."
Yeah.
But that's how they drive now.
Speaking of Ryan Blaney, I just got the race update as of lap 148. Blaney's in first. You got Truex second, Boyer third. You got Austin Dillon in fourth, and then Kevin Harvick up to fifth.
All right. I don't even know I've got in our game of skill. I don't know what drivers I've got, but I've got the 4 car. I like that. And the 12. How about, what does that you say? Daddy like it? Daddy like it. All right. That leads us up to checkered flag for charity. For the playoffs, we've shifted gears to help one of our own, young Becca Spear, a server here. She's beloved. She's spectacular. It coaches. She suffered a stroke. She's at home in the care of her family. She got a long road to recovery, and by the way, her house had to get modified, and we're going to help. So here's what we do. Whatever car number wins, we convert that to dollar bills. So the car that won at Kansas was
Joey Logano, man.
Logano in the 22. So $22 goes to Becca. So far, Rubbin' and Grubbin' has raised $3,070 for a care, which is not bad for a couple of rednecks on a silly NASCAR show. If you're watching this, drop by and donate your favorite driver's number. If you like the number 43 car of Bubba Wallace, drop by and donate $43. Help us help one of our own. If you can't donate in person, just come on in, go to the bar. And also, Becca's family has started a GoFundMe account. It'll be on our YouTube video. It'll be in the link. So now we're up to come on, dude. So after the Xfinity race, which Noah Gragson actually lost like the last half lap, which it was he was visibly upset. I watched the end of that race. He was winning that race, and then he wasn't, and it happened right at the end, right?
Yeah, it did.
So he was so upset. He was on like national sports television, and he dropped an F-bomb, kind of the way we do right here, right?
It happens.
Except when you're on national TV, there's like broadcast standards, and you get penalized for that. So he dropped that. That's
the
mother of all curse words. So Noah needs a swear bucket, and he needs to put a lot of money in it. We'll just leave it at that.
Agreed.
Far right turn. Far right turn is when we find something that we just think is pretty cool. And in the next Xfinity race, be on the lookout for the number 7 car driven by Josh Bilicki, because that car is going to be in the livery of a police car. It's going to be a cop car on a NASCAR track, in an Xfinity race winning. On the hood, there's going to be 200 stars emblazoned, and every one of those stars represents a law enforcement officer who has lost his or her life. So that's just a pretty cool thing.
Oh, it is, man. Amazing. Like I said, NASCAR is not biased, racist, or anything in any form, right? It doesn't matter what the cause is or what you want to represent or how you want to do or whatever, right? They're open arms. They're open doors. So here we are, as a sport that not only, said, hey, we're gonna ban the Confederate flag. We're gonna go out and the diversity and how this is making some of our fans feel we don't like it. We want everybody to feel welcome, right?
Right.
Then on the other foot, now here we are. They do our military thing. They do great military stuff. Now they're, allowing somebody to represent all the fallen officers that have lost their lives out there protecting us, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And serving their community. So,
yes.
I think it's great for NASCAR. I think it's great for them. I think it's great for, some of the names that are on that car, obviously, their family, their children, their moms, their dads, their brothers, their sisters. I mean, that, hey, gone but not forgotten, right? So here we are going to be represented. You said Xfinity race Saturday, right?
Yep. It's an
Xfinity race Saturday. So maybe it'll be like a, huge turnout for everybody to click on, watch the show, maybe 5 laps, catch it real quick and turn it off, right? Definitely big shouts out to NASCAR and Josh Bilicki for doing that. I think that's a cool move.
I love Xfinity races, and I love truck races. When I watch an Xfinity race, to me,
racing.
Yeah,
you love racing, man.
It's
right.
I don't do Indy cars or
no,
that stuff, but I do enjoy all of this, and like I said, I enjoy seeing the driver today here in Xfinity, and then next year he's going to be up, in the top tier.
I just want to give another little shout out real quick, and just going to let you guys know. I know you guys got Truex and Harvick, but there's another guy that's got this little number right here on his hood. That's
and he's not upside down today?
No, not yet. He's starting to make a couple little moves coming on up in there, and I just want to let y'all know that's who I got this week.
You got Kyle.
That's it, man.
Busch.
Hey, if you're gonna win, now's the time to win right now. No, not till he wins. No, he says like this. Now, when he wins, the turtle will go back from its shell when he wins.
All right. So we're going to assume that we're going to finish this race tonight, and I'm going to win money. Let's talk about Martinsville. What's going to happen at Martinsville?
What a better place to end end pretty much the playoff run. After that race, it's set. The 4 are there. We're going to Phoenix. One more race. Highest finisher out of those 4 is champion, right?
Yep.
Martinsville, man. Great hot dogs, awesome racing. Unless Truex brings back the car he brought there in the spring, because just to let everybody know, he absolutely dominated the second half of that whole race, right? If anybody forgot, he dominated it.
Right.
So, definitely got to watch out for him. You're going to have to watch out for quite a few other guys, man. I tell you, it's an awesome racetrack. You get to use the bumper, you get to use the car up, you get to use cars up beside you, the guys up. When you use them up and how you use them up determines things later on in that race. You run somebody the wrong way early, let's say you up there leading first, second, and they're slowly coming back. They get up behind you, and they have an opportunity to repay the favor late.
Yes.
Can ruin your championship hopes, man. So you got to watch it. It can ruin everything that you did 35 weeks at this time or 34 weeks for. So got to watch it. Got to watch the temper, keep them in check unless it's late and it's got to win, right? Got to win to get in.
How long is Martinsville?
It's half mile.
Okay.
So it goes really
track.
quick. Yeah, paperclip, man. No banking hardly. Pretty much single groove. The outside's kind of come in the last couple of years. You can run a few laps up there. Not going to be able to maintain your position very long, I wouldn't think.
Okay.
Some guys do make it work. It's going to be interesting to see, but not a better place to end the season than there.
Do you think they'll put PJ1 on it to try to make
I don't know. It all depends on how much racing they get in. If it's rain again, we got that storm coming up.
Right.
If it's rain again, we're going to have to see because, you're supposed to have a couple races there. Or at least one I know of to put down some rubber. If not, I definitely say they put PJ1 on the inside. Maybe.
So when a prior race puts rubber down, is that good for the next guys?
Yeah. It's good for these guys for sure. That's what they want. A green racetrack's fine too, but we're seeing how gray the bottom groove was earlier.
Right.
And now you look at it and it's getting more and more worn in because it's just, wear. But you see that you usually have 1 or 2 races before this race, right? And they're running very similar rubber compound, very similar, compounds.
Okay.
So you just have to look at it in the simple form of the more rubber that's down, the better traction that these guys are going to get with their hot rubber. It becomes sticky. You know what I mean? At a point, the rubber heats up on the racing surface, and the rubber in the tire, and it starts kind of sticking. You get the feel of the car. Anyways,
I'm sorry. I think when I'm sitting here, hope you don't mind. Are the Cup drivers still driving in the lower tiers?
Some of them, some of them do. So they
crisis?
they had the rule. Some of them do. If you've been in Cup more than I think it's 3 years,
you can
only do 7 a year.
Right, but I haven't heard about
no, they probably a lot of them do it early in the season just to get that seat time because the seat time obviously pays an advantage. Like Kyle Busch, you'll see him run like
that's
Daytona,
what I was thinking of.
3 races at Daytona, 3 races at Atlanta, 3 races here. Like he'll do 4 or 5 out of the 7 right there. In a normal year, just to get that extra seat time behind the wheel, because there's a lot of guys out there that guess what they do? They race on Sunday and then don't race again all week. This guy's gets to race on Friday, gets to race on Saturday, and then race again on Sunday.
Practice makes better.
Correct. Laps and laps and laps. You figure things out a lot earlier. Data, man. That's what the whole sport is. Data.
Who's your five drivers to watch for Martinsville?
All right, 5 for Martinsville. 1 for me has got to be Martin Truex Jr. You absolutely saw how he dominated the spring race, like I said.
Last winter, yep.
Got to be Truex. Number 2 for me is going to be Denny Hamlin going home. Virginia boy, there he is going home. What a great way to show, hey, I'm still here than to go in and win Martinsville.
Yep.
3 for me is going to be Brad Keselowski. Don't think that he's going to be bringing that car that he's dominated these short tracks at this year at Richmond and other racetracks that they ran at. I don't think they'd run that risk at Martinsville. It's a little bit of a different setup than, say, a Phoenix or a Richmond. But I still put him at number 3 to me. 4 to me has got to be Chase Elliott, my guy. Always got to be in the top 5 till they prove me and give me somebody else to put in there. Nobody's there yet. And 5th for me is going to have to be it's hard here, but I'm saying Kyle Busch. He's coming on strong later. It's not particularly his style, but he's not scared to move folks out of the way, and that's sometimes what this comes down to. And, I think Kyle Busch would be kind of the guy that would move a championship contender to win. Like, I honestly feel that. If he knew he could move them and not wreck them, but move them and win, I honestly feel like he'd do that. That's just how much he loves to win, right?
Right.
So, but Dark Horse, you got to look at it. Dark Horses here are going to be hard to pick because you just don't know how and who's going to show up. But I say one guy that is going to show up on the backside of this will be the 37 car of Ryan Priest. I say just watch out for that. Probably going to be a halfway decent DraftKings bet or whatever fantasy lineup. Somebody that's going to be sneaky good way in the bottom. Like I said, modified driver forever. A lot of tracks similar to Martinsville he ran on. Can he avoid trouble? Can he stay out of it? Can he keep the car clean? Top 15. Really good run right there.
Awesome. So, who's going to wreck out of the race first at Martinsville?
That's a hard one. That's a really hard one because a lot of times you don't wreck out. A lot of times you get spun out and banged up.
Well,
and
it's
you're
a
still
short
running.
track, and I'm just thinking of thinking of Bristol, where
no,
bumping.
totally different. Low speed.
Okay.
I mean, still high speed, but low speed, not like Bristol.
Okay.
First car that's going to wreck out.
The first car that's going to wreck
out of the whole field.
Of the field.
All right. We're just going to roll it over to the championship week if nobody wins.
Oh, somebody's going to wreck out. I guarantee.
Right, but we have to pick the car number, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah,
you got to be dead on.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Why don't we pick the winner of stage 1? Who's going to win stage 1 at Martinsville?
MTJ.
He's got
That's what his spotter says.
Martin Truex Jr., winner of stage 1.
If you ever listen to the spotter when he's talking on the radio, he goes, MTJ.
Damon, who you got?
Stage 1 winner.
Stage 1 winner at Martinsville.
That's our United States Marine. All 6 foot 5 inches of him standing right over there.
Nobody's friend.
Nobody's friend. Damon got nobody's friend,
That's
Mr. Logano. All right.
All right, go ahead, Lawrence.
The 3.
Take the 3 to win stage 1 at Martinsville.
How about that?
All right. I'm going to take the 11.
The 11 car. All right.
I'm going to take the 11.
You got all that, sir?
I went far, right? I didn't have to go very far to find him.
Hey, look here.
And you guys left them on there. I mean, I'll take them.
If you're still here, I applaud your patience and your tenacity. If you're still here, thanks very much. Look, if you come and watch a NASCAR race here at Coach's Corner, I'm Dan Foulds. You tell your server, the fat guy's buying my first beer. It's on me. I'm Dan. Just tell your server. Foulds said my beer's on him. It's on me. Come and watch a race. Hey, friends, if you listen to ESPN Savannah Hilton Head 104.3 FM and 1400 AM at 9 a.m. last Sunday, you heard me and PJ, but you did not hear Big.
No, didn't hear me this week, man. I had some medical issues I'm dealing with, so I was out for the count. I unfortunately slept in, totally missed the show. My apologies to everybody out there. Not going to happen again.
Stuff happens.
But, yeah, I did get a chance to listen to some of it, though. It was still a really good show, very interesting. But, man, I really missed the fact that I was not on it, man.
It's a cool vibe when there's 3 of us.
Yep.
And it was a totally different vibe with just me and PJ.
It was still good, though, man. But
and also, by the way, I need to lean on guys that actually know about NASCAR.
Yeah.
And I only have one guy to lean on. But, well, good. I'm glad you liked it.
And for everybody out there that hadn't seen it, you can see that or listen to it every Sunday. ESPN Radio 104.3, 1400 AM, 9 o'clock, green, white, checkered. PJ Zuko, myself, Dan Foulds. It's a great show. Got to listen to it. Informative. Get you ready for the day. Get the picks in. Maybe change some minds about a few things, man. That's just kind of what we try to do. So,
thank you so much for watching this show, for being part of it. Drop us a comment. If you have a question, let us know about it. Again, it is really, really a big thing for us when someone subscribes to this channel on YouTube. You have no idea how huge that is.
Yeah,
we're trying to get up to 100 subscribers because that trips us over a threshold for
which we
YouTube.
like, which would be great. So go on there, check us out, follow us, subscribe YouTube, follow us on Twitter, check us out Instagram. I'm pretty sure Lawrence does. Facebook page. Always check us out up here at Coach's Corner live every Wednesday, 6 o'clock.
Right.
A lot of things going on. You guys can always come check us out, man.
So our show is called Rubbin' and Grubbin'. The rubbin' is all about the racing, and the grubbin'
it's all about the tasting. And tonight, we get to see my favorite rubbing and grubbing girl live right here.
Right here.
It's my beautiful wife.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
My beautiful lady, Miss
Oh,
Lindsay.
look at that.
That's
Look here,
right.
guys.
Bringing
Look here.
her favorite cheese sticks.
Fried cheese sticks.
Oh, and got the rubbing and grubbing on.
With the marinara sauce going on.
Yeah,
You know what?
you can't beat cheese sticks, man. I mean, who doesn't like cheese sticks, right?
Everybody likes cheese sticks.
That's right, man.
I'm eating,
Go
you're
for
talking.
it. Hey, man. All right, man. So, hey, guys, thanks for checking us out tonight. You guys stay tuned in. Coming up here very shortly is going to be Carl DeMasi and the AD Chad Griffin. Check the show out. Didn't really get a chance to check on how those games went last week, but I hope they went good for them. I'm sure they'll let you know here in just a bit. Talk about all the stuff they're doing, man. Thanks again to John and Adele Henderson, always letting us do this Wednesday night, doing all for all the good they do in the community, everything they do for everybody else. Big shout out to them as always. As Dan said earlier, a lot going up here at Coach's Corner all the time, center of the universe. Come check it out. If you've been, keep coming. If you haven't, you got to come see this. A great venue for family fun and local sports and great music, man. And you might get to see me or Dan. We're up here all the time, so might get, if you like NASCAR, get to shoot it a little bit, man. Like we say, we got a Hot Grits podcast, man. We got a lot going on up here on the sports Coaches Sports Network, radio network, man. Trying to make bigger and better things happen. So you guys keep your support out there. Support somebody that supports everybody else in John and Adele. Look forward to talking about this last little half of Texas and what we can look forward, at the Martinsville race here next week. What went down there. We're going to have a lot to do, a lot to catch up on. But thanks, guys, again. Until next time, mask up. Make sure you stay safe. Wash your hands.
Right now, update. We're at lap 185. 19, 18, and 12.
That's it. What'd I tell you? Here we go. Here we go. Man, you've done 2 perfect throws tonight, by the way. I mean, look at this. Those are perfect, man. Those are perfect. I've had no foam, no
So
speed, no nothing, man. Perfect throws, man.
So I don't know if you noticed this, but I actually did not curse tonight. I got a little off the chain.
I dropped one.
Last show.
Oh, yeah, you got a little off the chain.
I got a little off the chain last week, and I restrained myself tonight.
Yeah, you were getting it.
And you know what happens is every time you utter a swear word, you have to put $1 in the bucket.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, if you're not from Savannah, Georgia, I'm going to tell you something. There's a way that a Savannah woman who has been insulted by another woman tells that other woman to F the F off. But they don't say that because they're Savannah ladies. What they do is they look at this other lady and they'll say, "Well, bless your heart."
That's it.
If you're in Savannah and you hear a woman say, "Well, bless your heart,"
yeah,
what you just heard was her to tell that other girl to go F herself. And that's the $3 right there.
There it is. Now it's spent. Now you're in the bucket, brother. There you go, man.
Hey, I'm Dan Foulds.
Hey, and I'm Brandon Bain.
Look, there's an exciting development on the Coach's Corner Sports Network right here at Coach's Corner, the center of the universe.
Yeah.
If you're a Savannah person, you know the Herb family. And you know Sean Herb, who is like the long pole in the tent right here at Coach's Corner.
That's it.
Sean is also an expert golfer, which I am not.
I love to play. Actually got to go out and play with Damon a little while back. We're going to have to go play some point in time. Get me right a little bit.
The Herb boys, they know how to hit a golf ball. And they have decided that they're going to do a golf show just like us right here in this format. The show's going to be called Monday at the Masters, and watch for that show to come to you as soon as we finish up the Masters this year.
It's going to be good. I mean, it's golf. Who doesn't like golf, right? Most people do. If you live down here, we get to play almost year-round on really nice courses. Got a few months there it gets a little chilly to me to play, but not many places you get to do that, man, so it's great. It's going to be awesome, man. I'm excited. I'll be here. I need a tee when you guys come out with one for sure.
We got that for you.
Yeah, man.
Hey, friends, join the Herb brothers for the 19th hole at the Masters right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
Boom. Killed it. Dynamite.
Nailed it.
No, it's just
a blooper reel?
It is right. I'm just done.
Every time, hey,
Join us.
Done.
every-
Yeah.
Coach's Corner, 19th hole at the Masters. New show coming to Coach's Corner. We're going to celebrate, have a good time with it. It's going to be perfect. We're going to review every round. We're going to have a good time.
That's it.
yes, yes.